All right, so we're going to get started in a seated position. I'm going to get started on my knees. If this is uncomfortable for your ankles, you can always sit cross-legged. Again, this practice is for you and for you only, so do what's best for you and for your body this evening. A lot of the time, it's very important, 100% of the time actually, it's important to just listen to your body, see how it's feeling. If something in this practice doesn't feel right, take a break whenever you need to. Return to child's pose, find a comfortable pose that's good for you. I hope everything's okay. And then you can continue on with your practice. Alrighty, so taking a few deep breaths just to get settled into this space. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Arriving into your space on your mat or whatever you created for yourself for this next hour. I'm not sure what happened here. Here we go. Again, breathing in through the nose and exhale through the nose. And maybe setting an intention for yourself and for your practice. The power yoga is all about strength, creating flexibility in the body. We kind of hit all the elements of fitness. We're working on the entire body today. Again, creating strength, working with our body instead of against our body. So everything we do, we are helping to support and, again, strengthen our body through the use of our breath and mindful movement. Taking a few more deep breaths here, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face, and releasing any tension that's no longer serving you or your body. And in this practice, I want you to be very aware of the tension that you are holding onto your body. And notice what the difference feels like of tension versus relaxation. So when we're tense, it's very hard to kind of overcome that blockage and get to the next step. So for example, if I'm holding a lot of tension, I can't really move my body in the way that I want to, right? So if I relax and let go, everything just flows better. So we want that, we want to flow, we want to keep moving. Our bodies are always in constant motion, so the less tension we have, the more that we can let go, the deeper we can get in our practice, which is truly incredible. And the goal of yoga is to enjoy the journey and to lengthen our body, lengthen the space in our mind and in our body as well. Let's just taking just a couple more deep breaths. Notice where you're breathing from the chest, belly, abdomen. Just simply become aware of where the breath kind of starts and finishes. And the breath is truly amazing because it is always something that you can return to, always something that you can attune into and remind yourself that this is your power, this is your life force. Your breath is what helps to guide you, to energize you, and it will be the key of our practice, always. Alrighty, so on your next breath, kind of blinking the eyes open if they're closed. And taking a big inhale, however you're seated, reach the arms up, palms together, and exhale, hands down to heart center. One more time, inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, hands through heart center. Last time, inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands through heart center. Coming up onto your knees, if you're seated indifferently, I'll turn sideways. And we're going to flip the palms with fingertips towards you, stretching out the backs of the wrists. We spend a lot of time on our hands in yoga. It's very important that we stretch out the wrists. And in this position, make sure you can feel all 10 fingers. So we really want to press the fingers down on the floor. Especially if you've been sitting all day too, studying or working. Great, stretch. Move full at the hands, backs of the hands on the floor. Stretching the opposite side of the arm. Slight pressure on the side, maybe not going as deep as you did on the other side. Beautiful. And then coming into our neutral tabletop position. So our knees are underneath our hips, shoulders on top of our wrists. And just taking a moment to feel what this position feels like. Seeing if the belly is dropped. See if you can engage the core by lifting the belly button up to the spine with a slight movement. Maybe placing a hand here. Just kind of feeling that lift, that lengthened sensation through the top of the head. Reaching forward, tailbone stretching to the back. Beautiful. And on your next inhale, you're going to round the back, bring the chin in towards your chest. And then as you exhale, drop the belly down, arch your back and up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. So we're going to move through cat and cow a few times at your own breath. And massaging out and moving the spine. Inhale to look up. And exhale to round. Or if you started your breathing the opposite way, kind of whatever works for you. A lot of people find that the inhale works better when you round. And the exhale when you arch, or vice versa. So kind of figuring out what works for you. A few more times. I usually prefer inhale to look up, and exhale to round. Beautiful. Let's go for one more. And exhale round. And then coming back into your neutral spine. Setting the right leg out towards the back, toes pointed down. Reach the left arm forward. Again, watch that that belly hasn't dropped. So we want everything, our core is engaged. The core is our center of our body. It's where our limbs and the extremities of our body extend out from. And it helps to keep us balanced. Beautiful. Hold here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Draw the knee in towards the elbow. Squeeze it here, engage that core. And then inhale to lengthen. Beautiful. Draw the 2 together. And inhale to reach. And 2 more, bring the 2 together. And inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. And inhale. I apologize for the background noise. You're going to switch sides, extend your opposite leg towards the back, right arm forward. Again, making sure that belly's lifted. Good. Draw the knee and elbow together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, together. 1 more inhale, reach. Exhale, together. And reach it back out. And lower down. Beautiful. And then taking a seat back on our heels, reach the arms forward, coming to your child's pose, bringing the forehead down towards the floor. And you can even add a little movement by swaying the body side to side. Trying to lower those hips down. And then we're going to look forward, shift the weight back into our neutral tabletop. And extend that right leg towards the back, toes pointed down. Again, reach that left arm forward. We're going to take our left arm towards the left side, and then right leg towards the right side at hip height. So opposite arm to leg. And then we're going to send it back, come back towards center. And 2 more times, take it out towards the side. And back. Again, coming from our core. So we're drawing like a circle. Half circle with the leg, half circle with the arm. And then coming back. Beautiful. Just bring the left hand down. Draw the left knee towards the forehead. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send that right leg back. And lower down. Awesome. If you have knee pain, you can always place a blanket or something underneath your knees for extra support. And send your left leg towards the back. Reaching that right arm forward. So the toes can either be flexed or pointed. And then you're going to draw the right arm towards the right, left leg towards the left. We'll come back to center, hugging in that midline, making sure our hips are square and level to the floor. One more time out towards the side. And coming back. Beautiful, one more. And back to center. Right hand down, knee towards the forehead. Holding it here for 3, for 2, and for 1, send that left leg back. And hand down. Tucking our toes, lifting the shins parallel towards the floor. Just holding it here. Again, engaging that core. If you're experiencing any wrist pain, you can always come down onto the elbows. You can make fists, but be mindful of those wrists. And a key thing, especially when we're in our downward facing dog too, pressing into the fingers. So not always leading with the heel of the hand, but pressing into the fingers, to the palms, all areas of the hand. So the weight of your body isn't just in the wrist. And over here for 3, 2, and 1. Lifting your hips up, and sending those hips towards the ceiling, coming into your first downward facing dog, pedaling up those heels, swaying the body from side to side. And allowing your head to hang heavy, looking between your legs at the back wall or whatever's behind you. And then being kind to yourself. So if your heels don't touch the floor in this position, that's totally fine. If you have a bend in your knees, also fine. Again, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for alignment. We're looking for stability, for comfort, and a little bit of challenge as well. So holding it here. Pressing through the hands. So reaching the hands down, but lifting up through the shoulders, through the hips. Taking one full deep breath through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Letting it all go. One more inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Looking forward at the top of the hands, coming up onto your toes, and then shifting the weight forward, coming into a high plank position. So a diagonal line from the top of the head to the heels. Holding it here. And watch that we're not dropping the belly or sinking in our shoulders. Everything is lifted. So it's almost like the back is rounded, but if I were to place my hand right here between your shoulder blades, you'd be pressing into my hand. Beautiful for 3, 2, and 1. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. And again, breathing into this position, feeling a stretch in the back of the legs, entire back of the body. And then one more time, coming up onto the toes. Shift the weight forward, come forward in your high plank. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Drop those knees down, untuck the toes, and then come right down onto the belly. Beautiful. From here, hands are right beside you, elbows in. We're going to inhale to lift your baby cobra, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Palms can stay on the floor. And then exhale, lower down. And 2 more just like this. Inhale, lift, squeeze those elbows in. And exhale, lower down. 1 more inhale to lift. Hold here for 3, and for 2, and for 1, lower down. Beautiful. Reach those arms forward. You're going to lift the arms and legs together. But before we do this, I just want to mention, instead of bending from the back, think about opposition and think about your arms and legs reaching in opposite directions. So we want to lengthen before we lift. So arms and legs reach and then lift, right? Instead of just kind of crunching the back. So arms and legs lift for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift for 3, 2, 1, and down. Last time, inhale, lift for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Awesome. Hands come back. Press yourself back up, tuck those toes, come back into your plank. And for 3, 2, and 1. Hips up and back, Downward facing dog. Looking forward at the top of the mat. Bend your knees, step or hop your feet forward to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins, looking halfway up. Inhale to a flat back. And exhale, fold. And with a bend in the knees, you bend as much as you like to. Release the weight of the head and then roll up nice and slow, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. The shoulders eventually come up onto the hips. And your head is the last thing to come up. Awesome. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Hands beside you, Tadasana, mountain pose. So shoulders are open, chest is open. This is a very proud posture, kind of standing tall, rooted down to the floor, reaching to the crown of the head, palms facing forward, so we're open to receiving. Staying here for a few moments, maybe closing your eyes. Kind of feeling this place and this position on your mat or on your space. And when you're ready, circling the arms up overhead, bring the palms together. And exhale, you can bend the knees if you need to, folding all the way forward. We're bringing the palms down. Maybe if you have blocks or something you want to put your hands on to help elevate the floor, that works. And inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold. And you're going to step or hop back to your high plank position. From here with the knees either on or off the floor. Maybe for the first one, we bring the knees down. Then the elbows come right down onto the belly. And lifting up into cobra or upward facing dog. Opening up the heart and chest. And as you exhale, lifting the hips up, rolling over the toes, back and down, downward facing dog. Right, taking 3 deep breaths here. So that's our modified sun salutation A. You can always take this version. We're going to do a few more rounds of sun salutation A before we move on. Kind of as a warm up to our body, into our practice. And looking forward at the top of the mat, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Inhale to look up halfway, hands on the shins. And exhale, fold. Circling the arms up towards the ceiling. Palms together. Exhale, hands up, heart center. You go a little bit faster this time, if you can. Inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold, step or hop back to our high plank, checking your position first. So you go on lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog and cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Looking forward. Bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Palms together. And exhale, hands up, heart center. Beautiful. 1 more. Inhale, circle the arms up. Hopefully you're getting warm. Exhale, fold. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold, step or hop back. High plank. And exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And pedaling up those heels a little bit, helping those heels come closer towards the floor. Although that's not our complete goal in this posture, it gives us a little bit more length through the back of the legs and through the back body. And then when you're ready, inhale the right leg up towards the ceiling, 3-legged dog, coming up onto your left toes. And you're going to draw the right knee towards the forehead, stepping the right foot in between your hands. Beautiful. From here, reach those arms up into a nice low lunge, squaring off those hips. So pull that right hip back, left hip forward, reaching the arms. You're going to take your left arm forward, right arm back. Arms are at shoulder height. And then inhale, reach both arms up. You're looking up in between your hands. Gaze is towards the ceiling. And then exhale, twist. So left arm forward, same side. One more, inhale, reach up. And exhale, twist. Bringing the palms at heart center, the left elbow outside of the right knee. Keeping the hands at the center of the chest. Maybe looking over your right shoulder if possible, or you can even look down at the ground or straight ahead. So kind of play with that balance. Beautiful. And then taking the hands down towards the floor. Draw that right knee towards your chest. And then sending it all the way back up. Three-legged dog. And lowering down. Nice. Extending the left leg up towards the ceiling this time. Coming up onto your right toes. Drawing the left knee towards the forehead will be nice and slow. Left foot comes at the top of the mat. And then reaching the arms up into your low lunge. Again, back leg straight, or as straight as possible. 90-degree bend in that front leg. Arms up. Hips are square. Core is engaged, so watch that our rib cage isn't sticking out. Rib cage is intact. Then bringing that right arm forward, left arm back, twisting from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, twist. And one more. Inhale, reach. And exhale, twist. And then taking the hands at prayer, heart center, right elbow outside of left knee. So finding that balance, finding your drishti or your point of focus. So your balance becomes a bit easier. Good. And then taking the hands back down, left knee back in towards your chest. And then sending it all the way back up, three-legged dog. And lowering down. Awesome. From here, walking the hands back towards the back of the mat. And grabbing opposite elbows, bending the knees, and releasing the weight of the neck and the head, and just allowing the body to sway from side to side. Awesome. So just releasing any tension in your neck and head. And maybe nodding your head yes, and shaking your head no. And releasing the arms down, and rolling up nice and slow, just like we did at the beginning, stacking the body. To stay nice and tall, head is the last thing to come up, and we're back in our Tadasana mounted pose. Now grab some water if you need to, or readjust. And when you're ready, drawing the big toes together, heels slightly apart. We're going to bend the knees. Fingertips come down towards the floor, brushing the floor, reaching the arms up in our chair pose. So taking a look down at our toes, making sure that we can see all 10 toes. If you can't, then shifting the weight further back in the heels. Again, the rib cage is intact, core engaged, belly button is back towards the spine. And see if you can actually lift your toes off the floor. And then place them back down. Maybe shifting forward this time, lifting the heels. And down. Toes up. And down. And heels up. And down. Awesome. Bring the hands to heart center. Twisting towards the right, left elbow, outside of right knee. Again, the hands stay neutral, heart center. Our knees are in line with one another. And lowering the hips. Again, I apologize for my dog in the background. You can stay here or opening up the arms. Taking the hands back to heart center. And then going towards the other side. So right elbow outside of left. And then reaching the arms up. Hands at heart center. Coming back to center, reach those arms up. Feel that power in those legs. Maybe lowering the hips a little bit more. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Folding over the legs, straightening the backs of the legs as much as possible. Inhale to look halfway up. Exhale, lower down. And walking the hands forward into our downward facing dog. So this might be a tight downward dog, so our feet are closer together. And that's perfectly fine. It's a different variation than we might be used to. But simply notice this posture. So if you feel a little bit tighter, you can even step the feet out if you would like. But kind of experiencing what this feels like as well. Maybe bending the knees a little bit more. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, shift the weight into your left leg. Reach the right leg up towards the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Coming up onto your left toes, draw the right knee towards the forehead, step the right foot up in between your hands. So just like we did, reach the arms up, low lunge. And then from here, we're going to interlace the hands, index finger pointing up. Again, hips are square and lowering the back knee, just hovering it above the floor. Inhale to lift. So exhale to lower, inhale to lift. So we'll do this about 4 times. So finding that balance first, and exhale to lower, inhale to lift. Good, 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Beautiful. Bring the arms back, hovering over the front leg on a diagonal. So arms are reaching back, chest is open, shoulder blades are squeezing together, and you're gonna send the weight forward. So pressing off that back leg, sending your weight forward, transferring the weight into that front leg, coming into warrior 3. You're taking flight with this pose. Left toes are pointed down towards the floor. For 3, 2, and 1. Soften the right leg, so bend through the right leg and step that left leg back. Arms back up, hands interlaced. Again, we lower for 4. And up. For 3. And straighten. For 2. And in 1. Beautiful. Send those arms back. Option here, you can take a reverse prayer. You can even interlace the hands back here, or you can take the version that we did before. So we're going to keep with that same version. If you want to go a little bit deeper, bring the arms together, or in prayer. Transfer the weight forward, press off that back leg. Your chest is parallel towards the floor. Hold here for 3, for 2, and for 1, soften that right leg, step the left leg back, arms up, and bring the arms down, 1 on either side of the foot. Beautiful. Send that right leg back into your plank. With the knees on or off the floor, up to you. Taking our vinyasa, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Holding here for 3 deep breaths. Beautiful. And then 1 deep breath together, in through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Taking that left leg up towards the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Coming up onto your right toes. Shift the weight forward, the left leg all the way at the top of the mat. On your own time, bringing the arms up towards the ceiling again, interlace the hands. But this time, switching the direction of the way that you cross your hands. So if you had the right thumb on top before, maybe switch hands like left thumb on top this time. Kind of training our brain to try something new. All right, so left hip back, right hip forward. Lowering that back and down. And up. Good, 3 more. And up. 2. Moving with the breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Bringing the arms back. Shifting the weight forward, press off that right leg, step into the left leg. For 3, for 2, and for 1, soften the left leg, step the right leg back, reach both arms up. Again, interlace the hands. And getting ready to lower down. And up. Good, really power through those legs. And up, 2 more. Down, and up. Last one, down. And up, bringing the arms back. Maybe taking a different variation this time. Maybe interlacing the hands. Folding over the leg. Step off that right leg into your left leg for 3, for 2, and for 1. Soften the left leg, right leg back. Reach those arms up, kind of gaze up towards the ceiling, and lower the arms down. Left leg back into your plank. Hold your plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Good. Take 5 deep breaths here. And really release the weight of the head. Pressing the ground away through the arms. Lifting through the shoulders, hips up towards the ceiling. Trying to bring those heels down. Lengthening the back of the body. And almost feel like there's something lifting your hips up. So imagine that there's like a balloon underneath your belly here, kind of pressing you up towards the ceiling. So that sensation of lift and lengthen is ever so evident here. Beautiful. Looking up at the top of the mat, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Inhale to look halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the fingertips along the floor, reach the arms up, back in your chair pose. Awesome. Maybe even bringing the palms together, if you can. Working those arms. If not, if it's too much of your shoulders or your chest, you can keep the arms separate, but palms facing in towards each other. For 3, for 2, and for 1, straighten the legs. I'm taking a gentle back bend, so guiding the arms back. Beautiful, and then bringing the heart, hands to heart center. Taking the shoulders up by the ears and rolling them back down. 1 more, shoulders up by the ears, and back and down. Awesome, grab your sip of water if you need to. Shake it out. So kind of moving into our standing postures. Placing the feet flat on the floor. You're going to transfer the weight into your left leg. And you're going to bring your right knee up in towards your chest. So you can either interlace the hands around the knee, you hold on to something, grab a strap, whatever you got to do to pull that knee up and towards your chest. This supporting leg is super strong. You can again hold on to something. You can even soften that knee for extra support, but making sure that your knee is directly on top of that ankle. So we don't want any of this happening. Very painful. I don't want to say grip the toes, but your foot is like a dome. So when we go, there's a lot of exercises that you can do for the feet. So kind of working through the feet to create that dome sensation. So when we balance, we want to use the toes as well. They're not just there for fun. The toes also have a purpose, right? So using our toes to kind of dome our foot so we lift through the arch, through that support. So a lot of the time when we walk, we can have this collapsed arch, or we just kind of like flop the foot flat on the floor. We want to step with like a gentle curiosity, I would say. Kind of mindfully walking, and we use the toes as well to kind of dome the foot, especially when we balance. All right, now I'll stop talking. So we shift the weight into that left leg, using the toes to help lift through the arch, lift the leg to help us balance. We lift this right knee up and towards our chest for 3, for 2, and for 1. We're going to hold on with our left arm, reach our right arm towards the back. So option here, you can follow the gaze, of your left hand, sorry, your right hand, or you can keep it front. Awesome. Bring that arm back, and then take that right knee towards the side, reaching the opposite arm out. Options here, you can keep this arm here, or with your peace fingers around the big toe, extend that leg out towards the side. And for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring that knee back. Using that right hand, place your right foot as high as possible on your left leg. Again, that supporting foot is doing this doming sensation. Bringing the hands towards heart center. Your right foot, your left thigh are pressing in towards each other to create that resistance for balance. So kind of when the two meet, they're creating a form of togetherness in your body. I don't want to say symmetry because both sides aren't equal, but they're bringing the body, the two sides together. They're kind of making each other stand nice and tall. Shoulders down, opening through the chest. And just staying here. You can take whatever variation you would like with your arms. You can grow your tree. You can take reverse prayer. Beautiful. Standing nice and tall in your tree. And imagine that there's roots spreading through the bottom of the foot out into the earth so that you're rooted, you're supported. Awesome. And then when you're ready, you can turn that knee forward, bring the arms back to heart center if they're anywhere else, and release that foot. And then shake it out. All right. Shifting onto the other side, so right leg is firmly planted. Left knee up and towards your chest. Again, I do recommend like a micro bend in that supporting leg. So our knee is locked. Awesome. With your right hand on the left knee, and then take your left arm towards the back. And coming back to center, same arm as leg, guiding that leg out towards the side, drop the hip. So both hips are level, arm out towards the side, you can stay here. You can reach as much as possible, or even grab the big toes and extend that leg out towards the side. And for 3, for 2, that supporting leg is really working. And 1, guide that foot up as high as possible into your tree position. Forgot to mention before, you can take tree pose in a number of different ways. So we can always bring it back down here into our, this is also tree pose. So above or below the knee, just not directly on the knee, because if we move sideways, we can kind of move the knee out of place and we don't want that. So above or below the knee. Hands at heart center or wherever you would like. Taking your own variation. Even closing your eyes is an option. Kind of testing your balance. Okay. And then bringing that knee forward and lower down, shake it out. Awesome. Coming to the top of the mat, grabbing a sip of water if you need to. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Tadasana, mountain pose, palms facing forward. Shoulders are down the back. Taking one deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more, in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold. When your palms touch the floor, step the right leg back into your low lunge. As you inhale, reach the arms up. You're going to open up the arms, turn that back leg towards the side, warrior 2. So arms nice and straight. And at shoulder height, your front heel is in line with the back arch of the foot. Alrighty. From here, making sure that front knee is pressing out towards the pinky edge of the foot. And you're going to draw the right hand towards the back, flip the left palm up towards the ceiling and reach it back, exalted warrior. You're looking up towards the ceiling. And coming back to center. Reach the left fingertips forward. Coming onto that forearm, reaching the right arm down and up. Side angle pose, lunging a little bit deeper into that front leg. And then for a challenge, maybe see if you can lift that front arm off that leg, maybe extending it up. You can even bring the hands together, or imagine that you're holding something in between your hands, and then the shoulders are stacked on top of one another. Awesome. For 3, 2, and 1. Come back, side angle pose. Right hand behind the back, left arm up and back, exalted warrior. Yeah, I feel like we're feeling it in the front leg. Yeah, keep breathing through that. Send your breath there. And coming back. This time, reaching the right fingertips forward. You can take that same posture or bring the fingertips down towards the floor. Inside of the left foot. Bring the right arm down and up. Side ankle pose. You can lower the hips. Again, shoulders are stacked on top of one another. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, warrior 2. Extend that front leg and lower down. 2 more, extend. And then, good, 1 more. Extend. And then, beautiful. Turn the hips, come off that back heel. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Good, holding it here. Back leg straight, really feel that opening in the front of the right leg. And you're going to straighten the front leg. So both legs straight, back heel lift off the floor, and then bend in that front leg once again. So straighten, and bend. Straighten, and bend. 1 more. Straighten, and bend. Beautiful. From here, you're going to drop the arms. Bring the arms in front of you, not almost like in a run position. We're going to jump and switch legs. So the opposite leg is going to come forward. If this is too much, you can always step the feet together and step the other leg back. So jump and switch. Awesome. Reach the arms up. And then we're going to open up into our warrior 2 on the other side. So again, checking for our alignment first. Really pressing into the back edge of that foot for support so we don't injure the inner line of our leg, arms at shoulder height. And relax the shoulders. And when we move and when we bend any time of our body, we don't want to kind of collapse. We want to lift to lengthen and then bend. So it's then, again, that sensation of lift and lengthen. Awesome. So left hand comes behind the back, flip the right palm up and back, exalted warrior. So 90-degree bend in that front leg, your back leg is supported. We'll come back to center, push the right fingertips forward, onto that right leg, left arm down. And test yourself here, see if you're not, if you're applying too much pressure. So we don't want to sit here, right? You want to lift. You can even take that arm up, so you're not tempted to lean on it. We'll come back to center. Left hand behind the back, right arm up and back, exalted warrior. Okay, coming back to center. This time, once again, either coming into that same variation or reaching the right fingertips forward and down, taking your side angle pose, or even placing a block or something underneath to help elevate the floor. It's a great option. And using props is never a sign of weakness, it's actually a sign of great strength. It helps you to go a little bit deeper into your practice. Beautiful, and coming back to center. From here, we're going to straighten that front leg, and bend. We lift, and bend. Okay, 1 more, straighten, and bend. We're going to turn the entire body towards the front, coming up that back toe. Drop that back heel, and reaching forward. From here, both hips are straight, square towards the front, and straightening that front leg. Beautiful, lower down. So we'll feel it, hopefully in the front of the left hip. Right hip opener. And straighten. 1 more, bend. And straighten. And good, as we bend, this time no jump switch, we lower the arms down. Step the right foot back. We hold in our plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Alrighty. Before we come down onto the mat to finish up with some stretching postures and more calming postures, just a little bit of core work. Extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. Coming up onto your left toes. Bring the right knee towards the right elbow. For 3, 2, and 1. Send it back. 3-legged dog. Bringing the right knee over towards the left elbow. For 3, 2, 1. Send it back. This time towards the forehead for 3, 2, 1. Send it back. And you're going to bend the knee, open up the hip, waterfall. So allow that heel to come towards your left sitting bone. Opening up the hip. You can even make circles, then bring the knee down, open to the side, whichever way feels comfortable. Good. And then when you're ready, extend and lower that heel down towards the floor. One deep breath in through the nose, then exhale through the mouth. Extend your left leg up towards the ceiling, coming up onto your left toes, left knee towards the left elbow. Awesome, send it back. Left knee towards the right elbow. Good. And send it back towards the forehead for 3, for 2, and for 1. Send it back. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Might be a little bit easier here to lower that right heel towards the floor. Full deep stretch on that hamstring. Make sure that your knee is the highest point here. Again, you can make circles, opening and closing, and whatever works for you. Extending that leg and lower down. From here, drop the knees down, untuck the toes, and shift your weight back into your child's pose. Head down towards the floor. Just taking your own time here. Stay there for a few breaths. And when you're ready, kind of looking forward at your hands and walking your hands back towards you, sitting up onto your heels. Shifting the weight over to one side and bringing the legs out in front. Soles of the feet onto the floor. And just moving the legs from side to side. You can go as slow as you want, as fast as you want. But staying in the spots where you might feel a little bit more, that you want to stay a little bit deeper. The spots that feel good. And placing the soles of the feet onto the floor. Hands behind you. You're going to press into your feet and into your hands and lift your hips up into a reverse tabletop. Lifting those hips up for 3, for 2. Chin stays tucked towards your chin or chest. Go ahead and lower the hips down and lift the hips up. Good, hips down and hips up. Good, bringing the hips down. Kick the feet off the floor. Hands at the back of the thighs, shoulders back. You can sit here. You can even extend the legs forward. I'm going to stay with my arms here. Extend forward. For 3, for 2, Anubhasana, boat pose. And 1. And then crossing the legs, sitting up nice and tall. From here, left hand onto your right knee, right arm towards the back, sitting up nice and tall, and twisting towards right. And one more deep breath. As you take an inhale, you lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, you twist a little bit deeper, kind of wringing out the spine. Awesome. Coming back to center, releasing the twist. The right hand on your left knee, left arm towards the back. Inhale to grow taller, and exhale to twist. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Extending the legs out in front of you. Coming into the middle of the mat and bringing yourself down onto your back. So finding a comfortable position, drawing the knees in towards your chest. Rocking the body from side to side. Opening up the knees, grabbing the soles of the feet, pulling the knees down and just rocking from side to side, happy baby. Great hip posture. Hamstrings, lower back. If you have a lot of lower back issues, this one's actually really good for sciatica as well. Kind of drawing that tailbone down. And then option to stay here or extend the right foot into the right hand. So we have a hamstring stretch on the right leg. And draw it back. And maybe try the left. Both sides may be different, that's okay. Without judgment. Just extending both legs and seeing where they go. Maybe even trying both legs. Good. And bringing the knees back. Drawing the knees back towards you. And if there's any final pose you wish to take, before we take Shavasana, you can do so. But if not, you can either draw the soles of the feet together, opening up the knees, or extending the legs to the corners of the mat. Bringing the hands beside the body either way. Either palms up or palms down. You can even reach the arms up overhead. Again, however you feel comfortable, in a place where you can fully relax and surrender into the earth. Allowing your body to absorb today's practice. Allowing the body to arrive in stillness. Allowing the energy of this powerful flow to settle in your body so you can move into whatever activity you're doing next with a calm and present energy. And as you move forward into whatever you're doing next, may you move forward with compassion, with kindness, with great strength and courage, just as you displayed on your mat. So taking what we've learned through the postures and through the flow, and through working with your body rather than against your body, out into the world, and out into your relationships with others, how you work, how you study, how you live, with a conscious awareness and with a powerful presence. You're more than welcome to stay here in this posture, but if you're ready to come out and join me in a seated posture, gently moving the fingers and toes. Circling the wrists and ankles. Drawing the legs together. Extending the arms up overhead. Pointing through the toes, reaching through the fingers, arching through the back. Nice big stretch. And as you exhale, soles of the feet come onto the floor, bending the knees. Maybe opening up the eyes here gently. Taking one arm up overhead and rolling over onto one side. Just taking a moment here to thank your body for practicing yoga and for showing up. Whenever you're ready, press yourself up into a seated position. And maybe bringing the hand onto the knees, shoulders up by the ears, roll them back and down. One more time, up by the ears, and back and down. Beautiful. Taking the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I apologize, Lambert couldn't make it. He was having some technical difficulties, but I hope that you still enjoyed class with me. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can always write in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them as best as I can. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Have a great rest of your evening, and I hope to see you again soon.